Hi guys, today I saw a dream. It was a series of dreams, and since they were very consistent, and since in the end of the dream I heard an audible message with a voice in English right into my ear, tell them, and I do what I heard in my dream, and I tell you this message. Since it was in English, I believe this message is for you YouTubers, for some people out there who are watching me. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the most important parts of dream, okay, which are consistent to you, you know. So in one part of my dream I saw myself in the water on the beach, you know, and I was inflating something, you know, like usually people inflate some balloons or water mattresses. I was also blowing into something, and then I see a kid on the beach outside of water. I was standing in the water, and he said, "Oh, guy, you know, you just put down that fish. Don't you see it's dead, and it's looking ugly already, you know." And I look what I'm inflating, and I see it's a fish, but the fish is dead, and it's already ugly, and I'm trying, you know, like to reanimate it, to breathe in life into it, you know, and so I dropped that fish down because it looked kind of disgusting, you know. So then, second dream I had, I was on a big festival, you know, like a big festival outside, like open air festival, and people were partying. It looked kind of pagan, you know, like raves or something like that. People I saw there like gays and lesbians and all kind of people partying, just you know, and I was disgusted. And then I saw a nightclub, you know, on that square. It was a big open air square, and I saw some building and like a nightclub and door there. And I saw at the door of the nightclub people whom I knew from my past life, you know, my acquaintances. They were ex-acquaintances. I don't communicate with them anymore. They were crying to me, you know, come in, come here, you know, into the club. They were calling me in. And then I see myself from the side, like I'm not going there, but I'm just sitting on a big truck, like black suburban jeep, you know, huge jeep, and I'm just through the crowd of people pulling to the entrance of the club, and instead of going in, you know, I pluck them out of there and I put them in the jeep, you know, and I take them away from the club, and instead of thanking me, they just sit there upset, you know, and they like start whining. Why did I take them from there? They had such a great time, and they start to demand that I take them back, you know, that I ruined their party. And I'm sitting thinking, well, why did I try so hard, you know? I could have left them there. Why did I try so hard, you know? And then third dream I had, right after that dream, I think this was the sequence, the right sequence. After that, I saw myself go into some place where it was lit room. A room was full of light. It was like room medieval, you know, like a castle, but it was all lit in light. And I came there, and I heard audibly, right in my ear, the voice tell me. And what it told was, I wrote it down, because right after the voice told me, I immediately woke up. Guys, maybe my words are not exactly the same, but the sense of it is accurate. The voice told me, tell them this message. In English, he told me, tell them this message. Lord knows thee. You're in trouble. You never know me. And I woke up immediately after that. I wrote that down, and I immediately understood the meaning of the dream. You know, fish is people whom we are Christians, we are fishers, we fish people. And that dead fish was some of you Christians who's watching right me, dead and ugly fish whom I'm trying to reanimate. I'm not telling that all of you are like that, but maybe there is some people like this. Another scene where I was taking people from the club shows the world, you know. Christians like the world, and I'm telling them to get out of there, but they want to go back to their vomit, you know. And basically what God told me, this message, you know, I believe God told me it in a dream, because it was a voice, clear, audible in English, you know, and I believe it's Jesus. Tell them this message: Lord knows thee. You're in trouble. You, not me, you. you never know me. And maybe he said you never, but I think he said you never know me. I don't quite remember, but the meaning is exactly like this. And then these dreams, I completely understand them. The fish was dead, not because, you see, the fish had to go to Jesus, you know. There are Christians there, fishes, who instead of going to Jesus and trying to get to know Him, they're just watching YouTube videos, they just reading the Bible, watching about Jesus, kind of getting information, kind of getting educated, instead of going directly to Jesus. Because you see, in the dream I saw that I couldn't breathe in life into that fish, because I can't do nothing, you know. We YouTubers, YouTube guys who witness on YouTube about Jesus Christ, we can't help you, you know. We can only lead you to Jesus Christ, and if your heart is willing, you will go, you'll find Him for real. If you invest yourself completely and commit to seeking Him, to really get to know Him. Because the reason, that was my understanding, the reason why He will tell people, go away, I never knew you, is because you never had time to get to know Him. Because you were watching videos, you were reading Bibles and about God, but you didn't ever abide in Him for real, finding Him for real, just being patient enough, being steadfast enough, just saying, I will not give up until I find Him, you know, whatever it takes me, like 10 days, 30 days, however hours it will take me, you know. I must know Him, I must know Him myself one-on-one for real, you know. And I guess that's the message of this dream. And then after it I woke up, I wrote it down, and then I again fell asleep, and I saw another dream. I saw a big limo, you know, like wedding limo, big, large. It was a Jeep, you know, like Hummer limo, white color. It was a wedding limo. And I saw people, and I was like a spectator, you know, like unnoticed, you know. So I don't think people saw that I was there. But I saw people gathered around that limo, and the driver is kind of, you know, saying that the limo is broken, guys, sorry. And they're calling service, maintenance crew, you know. And maintenance car comes, and instead of towing the limo away, it attaches it to some wires to it, and it just catapults the limo, so it flies so far away, you know. It's a huge bus, it just cannons it, you know, and it flies far away and explodes, you know, and burns in great fire. So then I woke up, and I immediately realized the meaning of this dream, that there are some people who think that they are bride, you know, and who hope to be the bride of Christ, or the guests on the wedding, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, bride, I guess the right meaning of it is. So that's their wedding limo, which is broken, and God is already getting tired, you know. That's why I heard this, He said, Lord knows thee, you are in trouble. I had the sense that His patience is, you know, getting over, you know. That's what He's doing with the limo, you know. He's getting tired of giving chances, you know. That's why the maintenance crew didn't fix the limo, it just catapulted it, so it exploded, and it was a great explosion and fire instead of white limo. And all the people were standing there amazed, you know, like, what? It's our, you know, what are we gonna do now, you know? So, guys, you know, I feel a little bit uneasy talking about this, because it's actually first time I'm telling about a dream on YouTube, but I think, you know, you need to hear this, and I heard this, that I must say this to you, you know. He said, tell them this message. Lord knows thee, you're in trouble, you never know me. You're in trouble, you never know me. And then later he said, He'll say you, depart from me, you never knew me. Because you never found Him, you never were interested in Him. You were interested in getting information about Him, but not really come to a point when you find His presence for real, you know, for real, on your knees, in fervent prayer, in persistence, in perseverance, you know, you find Him and you get to know Him and you experience Him. That's the real thing which He wants from you and which you really need. So that's the point, I think, of the dream. So if you are, it's absolutely to someone who's watching me, because the message was in English. If it was not for YouTubers, he'd say to me in Russian, because I have a lot of folk in Russia also. I'm doing some stuff here also, and they'd know this, you know, and he'd tell me in Russian. So I heard it in English. So it's for somebody, you out there, if you're a dead fish and you don't have life inside of you, don't watch me. Stop entertaining yourself. I can't help you. You see, you have to go seek Jesus Christ on your knees until you find him, whatever it takes you. 1 day, 10 days, your sin, you got to hate it and give it up, because till you keep sinning, you won't find him. You got to get serious, or you'll be like dead fish, or like those clubbers who want to go back to their vomit, and you'll burn, and your limo will burn like that limo, and you'll not be a bride, but you'll be left behind. Jesus bless you.